to the max. They told me I'll make it far. They told me I'll make it far. They told me I'll make it far. I'm just trapping out the car. I need 100 grand large. Free my homies out of bars. They told me I'll make it far. I'm just trapping out the car.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Fresh Bar Sports Show. I'm Jabbar Harris. I'm your host and the proprietor. On this episode of Fresh Bar Sports Show, as you can see that I've been busy with a lot back-to-back guests, 3 guests in a row, back-to-back. Appreciate all my guests that came in, the past week or so, and my guests before and the guests to come. Appreciate everybody supporting the Fresh Sports Show and tapping in with, what I'm doing and supporting by any means. So just yet again, want to send my appreciation to everybody that support the show, whether they guests or just supporters. Getting Fresh Sport T-shirts and just supporting, reposting the show, telling a friend to tell the friend, telling people about the show, and just letting people know what we got going on here over the Fresh Sports Show. While we at it, might as well go ahead, giving out thanks and stuff. Want to shout out the sponsors. If you need any fresh gear, fresh clothing, go to Cash Baby Clothing Brand. Also, needing a good bakery, go to Diner Delights. And the intro music to the Fresh Sports Show is Jody Blow Music. Now we got plenty of NBA offseason news to get into. I'm going to try to go back into some of the NBA transactions. There was a plethora. Didn't get a chance to address everything on, my last episode by myself last Thursday, and then with the guests, the several NBA offseason transactions. So I'm going to try to address some of the ones that I didn't touch on with the previous episodes. NBA now has a new championship to acquire called the NBA Cup. The new in-season tournament got approved starting this winter. My feelings on that is pretty simple. Is so what? You ain't take away from the regular season games. So y'all should have found a way to do that. I believe at least make the game season, for a 78 game season, because all the minutia, the extensive breakdown of this format, don't want to bore everybody with all the weeds of it, but it's kind of they're doing based off of people's previous seasons records. Those are the ones that's eligible for the tournament, and they're gonna be playing certain games that's incorporated with the regular season games, and then it's a process of elimination until they get to the Final Four. And those Final Four teams go to the Las Vegas, and then play the 2 games there. Well, the 3 games there, between the Final Four teams. So they didn't take it away from the regular season games, which I feel like that would help some of the load management. You added more games to the regular season. And then obviously we still got the playoff for the NBA championship that we're actually worried about. It's just my personal opinion. People are already taking load management and taking games off as it is with the games, and this is the way the schedule is currently. You add in more games and not taking away games, I feel like you're gonna get even more so games missed from the players that's already missing games with the load management. That's just my personal opinion. I feel when it comes to this. If you're not going to subtract some of the regular season games away from this, so let's see how it works. But I don't believe the players is overly enthusiastic about this new in-season tournament, but they got room to prove, and maybe they're gonna see how it goes this season and see what they can prove on. Maybe they need to take some games away for the regular season, and that guys enthusiastic. I know it's supposed to be a big purse, but maybe they may have to bump it up to $1 million to each player get $1 million for the winner, things of that nature. So keeping into the NBA, want to touch on another NBA topic. With Spurs shutting down Victor Wembanyama after his 2 games in the Las Vegas Summer League games. not so good. Well, not good first game at all. Then he had a good second game, 27 points, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks. He getting ready for, they shut him down, getting ready for the regular season. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm glad we got to get the 2 games out of there. Doesn't need to be greedy. We are, of course, everybody want to see more and more of him, but people don't need to get greedy. We appreciate the time that we appreciate the time that we did get out of him, and regular season, not too far from us. Preseason and things of that nature. So we'll be seeing him in a couple months. Surely getting ready for the regular season. So everybody's hype, and he got a lot of anticipation just because continuously to see him play. Against the stiffer competition. So. Stay tuned, it's coming. And Spurs, because I obviously didn't get to touch on this, and their head coach, Greg Popovich, 74 years old of age, signed 5-year, $80 million extension. Put him to be the highest paid coach in the league. Obviously surpassed Monty Williams. I believe he got the 77 for 6 years. Pop, championships, 5 times over and things of that nature. You lucky he ain't bump it up to 100 for the 5 years. Are you with me? Are you with me? So, it's well deserved because, obviously, personally, a big payday like this will be his last one. And maybe they'd be doing a year to year after that. Who knows? But as far as in the 5-year big money payday like this, who knows? Maybe he did say that he was going to leave when Tim Duncan retired. That was cap. And this, obviously, way before Victor Wembanyama. My belief is he'll be here with Victor Wembanyama at least 11 years. At least. He's 74. Or 75, bring that up, to 85. Health goes good. He's going to hang around because he's going to want it, 5 years from now. They might have championship contender team 5 years from now, because they ain't going to be winning no championship in the 5 years or anything like that. So they might be on their way within those 5 years, and he's going to want to be around for Victor Wembanyama's next contract extension. Well, his first contract extension after his 5-year rookie deal's up. So, not mad at that move from the Spurs. Obviously, anybody gonna take that money. Ohio State placed a law that I'm not talking about the school. I'm talking about the actual state of Ohio placed the law against sports betting, sports bettors, for those who threaten coaches and refs and players will be banned from any regulated sports book in the state of Ohio. Obviously, they're gonna be penalty charged and fine and things of that nature. But with your name on it, with your email address that you assigned to. And then, of course, you can fake one up too, but they'll find a way to trace it back to you. They're not playing around with the sports bet and stuff. They banning you in the state of Ohio. You have to leave the state to place your bets. Now, if you're on the borderline, ain't no problem. The borderline of Michigan and things of that nature. Borderline, Pennsylvania, whatever the case may be. I'm just saying, you. Like whatever, I'm just cross the border because you're 15 minutes away. I'm just saying the state lines. But you away from another state, you gonna be like, man, I can't chance it. I'm just being frank, but I like that move because people getting carried away, and they talking real tough stuff like that. Actually, really going to do something, and 9 times out of 10 they ain't gonna do nothing because they know, depending on who it is. They might have some goons if they don't got the security. So it's gonna get ugly out there. We're just gonna be frank about it. But obviously, if they don't got the goons, they got the security, and security's gonna make sure their clients protected. What took place this weekend in Las Vegas between Britney Spears and Victor Wembanyama security. But I digress. Tom Brady, this news kind of went under the rug because so much other, sports news is going on. This definitely kind of just, was kind of like a little blimp in the radar, even though Tom Brady's a name, but just so much other stuff. And it's just like, Tom Brady got that $30 million to lose, people feel. So it's just like, we going to boo-hoo so much. And the $30 million was in stock. It was something that, he wasn't even looking to be touching. But nonetheless, Tom Brady took a $30 million loss in the collapse of the cryptocurrency company, FTX, for which he served as an ambassador agreement he made in 2021. Tom Brady, money was in stock, obviously, like I just said, but which is now worthless. And just pretty much became really big publicized on ESPN, just obviously because of Tom Brady's name. But like I said, blimp in the radar because millionaires and multi-millionaires and billionaires lose tens of millions of dollars every day. So people ain't gonna be boo-hooing over that too much. I mean, let's just be frank. No matter what tax bracket that you live in. People take risks in certain things, but it was some built-up equity stock that you had that Tom Brady was never even touching. Just obviously just gonna let it cook and marinate, let it bubble up. But we all know Tom Brady and the likes of Tom Brady's status, not just player-wise, just on the finances. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Now, someone who's not necessarily in the same tax bracket, but make a couple of money, but now without a job. So see how he bounced back. Northwestern fires football coach Pat Fitzgerald and aimed in the hazing allegations within the program. Obviously they not supporting him in his denial of kind of, not his involvement, but ignoring what was going on and the beliefs of some players that felt like he could have stepped in and stopped it sooner. This comes 2 weeks after the fact. 2 weeks after the school announced they would be suspending him. This comes after the school announced that they would be suspending him for 2 weeks last Friday. Pardon me about that. And they was just gathering, obviously, more information to see what they was going to do. And they taking responsibility for the situation involving the head coach and the team program with the hazing that was done to the players. Player says, anonymously, obviously, that the head coach, he could have been stopped this, and he turned a blind eye to it, So that, obviously anonymously, but it's just crazy that all this stuff be going on, and people still afraid to stand up for themselves immediately, on the dare I say the near notion of doing something like this, because the hazing, you don't want to say, let certain things slide, other things slide, but it got to be, no borderlines can be crossing trying to violate people's, manhood. Not even necessarily that, just violate, womanhood or just violate them as a person, obviously, just in general, or crossing those lines, whether verbally, physically, anything of that nature. That should never be in the thoughts, or even acceptable, or even feel like people can it shouldn't be a environment where people are doing it and they feel like they can get away with it, or they are going to get away with it. people may be in the environment, but things happen, and they're okay with the consequences because they know, certain things ain't gonna fly there, and they'll deal with the consequences. But it just seems like it became an environment where there was no checks and balances as far as in the treatment of players. Yeah, obviously from other players that was going on. So interesting to see more information how everything turns out with that. Also, because I really didn't want to, obviously some of the hazing allegedly was sexual activities. So it's just. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it there. Y'all can continue to read it and check the information out. I'm not gonna get all that gruesome about it, but all this stuff should not even be, been going on. And I'm gonna say a popular thing here. I know people don't want to lose their scholarship or lose their ride to college, but you got to stand up for yourself immediately. I pride myself, but you just can't let nobody get that open door. You give them a crack, they're gonna bust the whole door open. You give them an inch to take them out. You just gotta let people know immediately whatever they doing that's doing things leading up to a big offense, all the small offenses. This is, I don't tolerate this. We're not gonna be doing this with me. Yeah, we can play like this, but we're not gonna take it there, or wherever the case may be. Just let people know where your lines are, where your boundaries are, and stand firm in that, and stand strong in that, and don't let nobody waver you in the stand firm belief of who you are. Don't let nobody make you waver in the belief of who you are in a person, and for lack of better words, degenerate your morals and values, what you stand for as a person. So definitely praying for the victims involved, for this allegedly, and then this is allegedly true. Everybody need to be paying the court accordingly. That's all. Now from one sticky situation to another, how about that? Former West Virginia University men's basketball coach Bob Huggins, the one that got fired for the DUI and all that good stuff. He threatened lawsuit against the West Virginia school. Says he never resigned following his drunken driving arrest, and he wants his job back. Come on, man, that's not gonna happen. We get the lawsuit to get the money, but they don't want you to come back and work for them. Because they're going to find another reason to get you up out of there. And this ain't special to you, Bob Huggins. This is America. They do that. From the smallest jobs to the big corporation, company, Fortune 500 jobs, the tippy top. And everything in between. That's how they roll. This is how corporate America rolls. So you can get the lawsuit. You can get a little change. You get a little money. You can get a good payday. But you ain't getting that job back. And if you do, your days is numbered like never before. For real. The slightest thing they got calls for, they get you up out of there. If you were winning the lawsuit and come back and work for the company, obviously. But that's what he wants. He has claims that he never drafted or review a signature list organization, and he wants to sue the school. The school put out statements and press conferences and the releases of that he's resigned from the job in the wake of his two incidents in, a short period of time. With, two incidents that happened, because the first incident, which got his salary reduced to the $1 million a year, and make it be easily for, I guess, them to let him go, depending on the situation. without having to, pay him money still after he get fired or let go, for the case may be. So they try to go that route, and he ain't having it. We don't know what's true. Can't wait for more information to come out. But this is Bob Huggins' claim. Now, if he's accurate on this, he's definitely gonna win the lawsuit. He's gonna get it paid. That he's gonna get his money that he's owed on the contract and then some. But he think he getting that job back and gonna have it in its totality of of a season. You're wrong. They gonna find a way to get you up out of here. You know it. And it ain't special to you. This is just what goes on in this world. I mean, obviously, mainly America when I'm speaking, of course. But I digress. Oh man, NBA got these rule changes that's coming along. NBA got rule changes. They approve the flopping deserves a technical foul. They dishing out technical fouls. The players, trying to draw fouls and stuff like that, and acting like trying to sell fouls, acting out there pretty much. They give you a technical foul for that. And the coaching challenge. Hit the coach wins, the first challenge. They awarded a second challenge. They don't lose challenges completely. Whether you win or lose the challenge, you only get one challenge. So I like that. That's a good move. Now let's get into some real NBA sports news that everybody been waiting for. Months ago when Nike let him go. Kyrie Irving signs a sneaker apparel deal with the Chinese sports brand Edna. Yeah, I hope I'm saying it right. Edna is releasing Kyrie's, sneakers, lifestyle apparel, all that Kyrie lifestyle stuff, and they announced this Tuesday. The apparel, they working on things. They got some things they testing right now. They got to print things out in the bulk. They said be ready to go early next year, 2024. Be on the lookout. Also, you think I was done here? I thought I was done here. Kyrie Irving will serve as the brand's chief creative officer. This is a 5-year deal. Money not yet to disclose. I like you doing that, Kyrie. Now we know you could have done something like this similar in America with some, I guess, not quite as notorious as international brands. Obviously such as Nike, Adidas, and obviously Puma and things of that nature. Maybe a little bit of Reebok. I'm just using that as an example. But these other small companies, dare I say, these black-owned companies that pumping out sneaker lines and doing their thing. Maybe we once we thought we was going to come up with a collaborative thing. And yes, dare I say, maybe a little bit of investment. Maybe taking a little bit of, off on the top from the rip to get a little more on the back end over the long term. Your life, and then your state. I think Kyrie would have been a type of player with his status and his impact on the youth for whatever reasons. Because he's thrown off. I guess it just got to be the sneakers. Because he'd be a little all over the place. So but that's his business. So he could have had a nice impact in America and uplifting a black-owned company, and help lifting that sneaker company up, and being kind of like the Michael Jordan effect on Nike. Not even saying that these other companies. I guess that kind of example would be something similar what he got going on right now. But you get where I'm going with this. Everything's made in China type of thing. We could have just kept it in America and kept it, black owned, and he could have did something special with that. Because it's going to take a true great superstar, and then with some style, some pizzazz, with some flavor, and obviously he help impact some of his designs on his sneakers that people like and popular. You gotta have somebody that got the game, got some style, got some flavor, and people obviously, kind of want to imitate and be like in certain ways. You gotta have the combination of all that to have like, it ain't gonna be nothing exact, but Michael Jordan-ish type of effect on the up and coming sneaker deal. Because meanwhile, everybody still know Nike. Nike had did have a payroll, did have a budget to work with, did have major stuff. They was already game there. Their the Air Maxes, their running shoes galore, going crazy. They just obviously living off of that, and the Michael Jordan shoe took it to a whole another ball game. But I feel like Kyrie Irving could have had some similar type of effect. Obviously, it ain't the same, but some similar type of effect with American-made, black-owned sneaker company. That's just my feelings on it. And feel free, if anybody got something to say, want to address this situation and other topics that I'm talking about, please feel free to call in live right now, 717-846-5067. Excuse me. Again, if you want to call in live now while we discuss some of these topics and more, please call in 717-846-5067. MLB, Major League Baseball All-Star Game, took place 2 nights ago. NL, National League, get their first win in a couple years over the American League. 3-2. Rockies, Elias Diaz shreds a go-ahead home run in the 8th to get the victory for the National League. Also, Vladimir Guerrero's senior wins the home run derby. All this took place in Seattle. So congratulations to the Major League Baseball for having a nice All-Star weekend, nice All-Star week in Seattle, Washington. Excuse me. A little dusty in here. Got my nose a little bothered. Sorry about that. Mexico State University coach Greg Here hired to He's hired to coach at the Morena Area College 4 months after he was fired in the wake of Aggies team hazing player scandal. That's another team hazing scandal. New Mexico State University agreed to pay $8 million to settle the lawsuit and with the excuse me about that, involving the two players. James Wade accepts assistant coach job with the Raptors after he steps down as the Chicago Sky head coach in the general manager positions. So that was interesting. Stepping away from the WNBA, I guess he's trying to make his way into the NBA coaching range. So, obviously head coach, the GM, got control, but he's like, you know what, gotta take my talents to the NBA. So that was just an interesting move. I just wanted to point that out there. Northwestern suspends 2 weeks football coach Pat. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. I read that. UFC Hall of Famer George St. Pierre will be competing in a grappling match December 14th in Las Vegas. Opponent not yet determined. Really, grappling match. He out there trying to wrestle. Whatever. Let's get to some real combat stuff. For real. John Jones. He's scheduled to defend his UFC title versus Stipe Miocic at UFC 295. So this will took place on November 11th. Everybody's eager to see John Jones get back in the ring and do what he do. Saints running back Alvin Kamara agrees to plead no contest to a lesser charge stemming from his involvement in the 2022 fight in Las Vegas. Misdemeanor charge of breach of peace. Now, can we talk about this big story going on in the NFL? about the leak of these John Gruden emails. Me personally, I don't really give a damn. I don't care. I don't care who leaked it. It is what it is. We all know we say things we ain't supposed to say, so be it. It gets out, it gets out. And the things that we got to say is such bad that it deems it bad, for a company to deal with. If it gets out there, that's their right obligation. Now, you shouldn't be saying these bad things. Now, we all talk about people, here and there, people do stuff like that. But it's just to what extent? It's to what degree? What level of detail are you giving this? What level of animosity are you putting on this? Because you could just not like somebody. You don't got to put all the, dare I say, the homophobic slurs, the racial slurs on what you're saying, allegedly. You should just not like that person because of who that person is as an individual, regardless of their gender or their race or their their beliefs of religion or whatever the case may be regarding that tape or deal. It should just be, man, the person is, what I mean, a jackass, or the person is not a good person, then no, you don't want that person around you. No, you don't want to be interactive with that person. Well, people with good vibes, good spirited people, good energy, then those are the people that you should want to be around. I mean, it's really not that hard. So that's how I look at it. Now, gets back to the who leaked this. We understand, we understand that he's wrong. I'm just saying it for John Gruden. We understand I was wrong, and I made a mistake. But who leaked my emails? Because I thought this was private. That's one reason why I was talking was this much level of stank up on it, because I didn't think nobody was going to be reading these messages other than the person I was sent. The chain group of people that we were sending to. Now, they trying to figure this out because only certain people have access to this. Obviously, the NFL commissioner, Roger Goodell. You got DeMarcus Smith, NFL PA Executive Director, and Jay-Z, CEO of Rock Nation. Obviously, Jay-Z do too, but Jay-Z and the CEO of the Rock Nation label, obviously, because she rolls with him wherever he goes and business stuff. She also had open access to this information, Desiree Perez. Now they figured that obviously this was all an ploy to get Daniel Snyder out of Washington, which got him selling the team eventually. That was the fault of him because they got some, information on him, but they didn't know they was going to get this a high level of dirt of John Gruden. He got caught in the crosshairs, but mind you, John Gruden and Roger Goodell had their beefs over the years. So they obviously wasn't in good graces, and the fact that the Black Lives Matter stuff is going on. They trying to, accusations they trying to put on the front. What good stuff that we can do to show that we're with the cause, we stand with them. Oh, we got some racial injustice, racial slurs, homophobic slurs. Let's pounce on John Gruden and make an example out of him, as which they should, because I don't care who it is. Don't let none of it slide. I don't care if it's a name, small name, anything in between. They all can get it. It's all the same. That's to me. That's just to me. Now, with that being said, who do I believe done it? And this is just my personal belief. Obviously, this is the speculations that's going on between that trio of people in their inner circles that's close to them, and how they dish out information amongst those three individual circles. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Roger Goodell. And he like, I know how to cover it up. So he ain't even gonna worry about flinching because he been doing this thing too long. He been doing this commissioner thing too long, and he been seeing it too long. He knows how to maneuver. And he got a law background too on top of that. Stone cold with it. Stone cold with it. But yeah, that's just my personal belief as that believing Roger Goodell leaked that. But we may never know, or only time will tell, because people tell people, and it's going to eventually get out. That's when they say per sources say, etc., anonymous source. Oh man. Well, I'm trying to think. Do I want to? I got some stuff I want to go address with these signings. Matter of fact, I want to do the ESPN ESPYs Award Show 2023 ESPN ESPY Award Show. I want to talk about the winners and just my little feelings about that. You know, the show. But I just got a little moment in the show. I am going to get in some more NBA offseason transactions that I did not get to address with my audience with the rest of the stuff. So I'm just touching on the ones that I didn't get to address. Obviously, we already talked about the Lakers, address that. Just want to reiterate the fact that D'Angelo Russell got to go. Hopefully, we using him for a trade chip. Just reiterate it so everybody know where I truly stand. He got to get off my team. Obviously, we're shopping for another big man, which is I believe that we need that true bona fide 7-foot shooter. True bona fide 3-point shooter. That's what we need. Hopefully, we can get that on our hands. I'll take either or. I wouldn't be mad if we bring Tristan Thompson back. I wouldn't be mad if we can, bring Tristan Thompson back and get, find a trade or whatever we could do to turn D'Angelo Russell into some true bona fide 3-point shooter. That's not streaky. That's consistently with that thing. Or you get the 7-footer like a Miles Turner or something like that. Even a Brook Lopez, if we could do a trade, whatever the case may be. I live with those things. But D'Angelo Russell is the common denominator. He got to go. And I just hope and I believe that we're using him as a trade chip to get him out of there. That's only right. That's how we got to do with that. Now, I'm really waiting to see what's going on with the Blazers, what they're going to do with Dame Dollar. Nobody still knows what's going on with him. That's pretty much holding up the James Harden thing. Depending where he goes, James Harden is the next one to go. That's usually how that goes. So I'm still waiting to see those two trades. Well, who knows? Pat Beverly, he's there. He's good friends with James Harden. He's convincing him to stay. He's talking to him. Obviously, he's gonna let him even do his thing. But he's Pat Bev is good friends with James Harden, and he's gonna do anything in his power to convince him to stay with the Sixers. But James Harden apparently wants out of there. Doc Rivers is not there no more, so I don't know what the problem is with James Harden. But James Harden, you don't know what he really wants, because the things that he do is just sometimes you be acting like the things that he does. He doesn't want to win, because sometimes he be acting like he want to win a championship, but then other times he like, man, it don't even matter. He just want to ball the way he want to ball and just get paid max dollars. And he ain't the only one. Most of those people don't get to the max dollars level, but man, they just trying to be balling out there and getting paid. They not even worried about the results. They just trying to make it look good. That's all. So they keep getting paid. So James Harden, I'm just like, unless he goes to a stacked team, it really don't matter what he do. Unless he goes to a stacked team that completely put them over the top, like he ain't gonna make no difference to where he go if all things is equal. That's where I'm at with it. Trying to see what else, other stuff I didn't dress, because I did dress a lot of this stuff. Clippers acquiring KJ Martin from the Rockets for 2 future second-round picks. Aaron Gordon going to the Suns. That was a good move for the Suns. Suns are solidifying their bench and things like that. So that was definitely a big move for the Suns. I kind of skipped over it. Derrick Rose going to, getting signed to Memphis. I like that leadership role for Ja Morant, and also Derrick Rose going back to some of his old stomping grounds. He has major success in Memphis College with Coach Calipari during Coach Calipari's time in Memphis. And I like that, just help with the leadership between Marcus Smart and Derrick Rose. I think Ja Morant will be able to button up and straighten up a little more. That's what he need. All in all, definitely don't think they're going to be doing nothing in the playoffs, but they still going to be a playoff team or whatever, but they're not getting over the hump or nothing like that. They still got a long ways to go. The Grizzlies, they kind of revamping on the fly. Jazz, Jordan Clarkson, contract renegotiation extension, 3 years, $55 million. Also, Pistons are acquiring Joe Harris from the Nets and for draft picks. Nuggets, signed Justin Holiday for one year. Nets signed Lonnie Walker for a 1 year deal. So didn't like to see Lonnie Walker go, but we had to make some cuts, and he definitely was on the chopping block. He's rather than PA, native close to Europe, PA, so guys shout him out for that. And Thunder acquiring Patty Mills from the Nets for draft picks. That I like to see what they gonna do over there with him. Patty Mills, he's definitely a good solid player. Good solid backup. I don't know. They just probably give Shea Gilgeous-Alexander a nice solid backup. I ain't mad at that. That's good. Trying to see. I think I covered everything. 76ers signed Mo Bamba for a 1 year deal. Oh, okay, yeah, for my thing. Hawks acquired Patty Mills from the Oklahoma City Thunder. That was one of the last ones because I did this thing in order. So I like that. Like I said, Patty Mills, nice solid backup point guard. He's gonna be a great backup for Trae Young. That's what Trae Young needs, something like that. But all in all, Trae Young can still ball and do this thing alongside with Patty Mills too. So they both can shoot three, obviously. So that's gonna be good. Nice solid move for the Hawks. I'm glad they did something like that. Now, let's get into the ESPN ESPYs 2023 Awards show. Now, I love the fact that they started off with Lil Wayne coming to the show, performing. Remix of the Amelie there, shout out, my Uncle Prime got me in Colorado, Colorado, and he just, did a couple little ad-libs as he was, doing his Amelie there, remix there, and I love the fact that he was like DeMar Hamlin gonna be fine, all that stuff. Yeah, check that out, man. I had to listen to it twice because it was good. So I love the opening performance of that. The show overall, it was cool. It wasn't obviously her performance wasn't based off of the performance and stuff like that. It's a sports show. Pat McAfee, he was the opening monologue per se, because obviously Kevin Hart, he's standing with the writers of strike, so he wasn't doing any performance. He was supposed to be the host, but he's going to catch the next one because he's standing in solidarity with the writer strike. So the award show was cool, but they celebrated LeBron James for breaking the record of all-time leading scorer. He had his family come up there and present him, the award and did all that. His wife and his, his two boys and his daughter. So that was dope. And obviously you don't get to see his wife be speaking too much. So that was nice. She had a nice little, cool little skit that she did out there. And her and her daughter, matter of fact, was in on it. And he announced that officially that he ain't letting up no pressure. He's feeling good. He's working now. He's getting ready. He's still locked in, and look, that's lucky for us because he ain't going nowhere. He's showing up for work. He's ready to ball this coming season for the Lakers. Some awards that want to say: best WNBA player, Aja Wilson. Best UFC fighter, John Jones. Best comeback athlete of the year, John Murray. Best athlete men's sports, Patrick Mahomes. Best women's sports athlete, Mikhail Striffin. Best championship performance, Lionel Messi, Australian World Cup. Outstanding, breakout performance of the year. Breakout player of the year. Angel Reese, excuse me, sorry about that. So that was just some of the awards that from yesterday's award show at the ESPN ESPYs. Trying to see if, because I think I had missed one. Caleb Williams for the UFC quarterback. He wins the best men's sports athlete. Also won the Heisman. I was like, really, but I had to think, I guess no other no other men really had a great season individually compared to his individually great season. Clarissa Shields wins best boxer, beats Savannah Marshall to become the undisputed world middleweight champion. Sports, Buffalo Bills athletes, training staff received the Pat Tillman Award for service for its life-saving response towards Damar Hamlin. Damar Hamlin presented the Bills service with the Pat Tillman Award for service towards him during his cardiac arrest. Also, Angel Reese got that. LeBron James, Chris Paul, and Dwayne Wade honored Carmelo Anthony at the ESPN ESPY Awards for his retirement. And just want to play a little snippet of what they was talking about. The fellas came together, Banana Boat Buds.
Every legend who's ever played the game of basketball has made their own way. Unique imprint on the sport. When it comes to the great Carmelo Anthony, the word that comes to mind is unstoppable. Inside, outside, pull-ups, putbacks, layups, threes, dunks. If you ever saw Melo play the game of basketball, you always think to yourself that there was times where you felt like there's no one in the world that can stop him. That's a powerful force to behold.
With Melo, it's never been just about the game. It's been about how a kid born in the Red Hooks projects in Brooklyn and raised in the city of Baltimore was going to find his purpose, understand his impact, and help lead the charge in creating systemic change in our communities. In 2016, you inspired us to stand on this stage together to call out the racial injustice and brutal violence that we were witnessing, and you haven't stopped. You continue to lead through our work with the Social Change Fund to create a more equitable society. I'm more than proud to be on that journey with you, but we have more work to do.
Melo, watching you in the NCAA tournament at Syracuse, you became one of my favorite players. When we met on Bourbon Street in 2003, you became one of my favorite people. We had an instant connection. 20 years later, that connection has never changed. We were young and proud to stand together at the NBA draft. We stood shoulder to shoulder on an Olympic stage, you with a few more gold medals than us. And we stand here today as brothers, grateful to be able to honor you together. We don't take these moments for granted. We know what you mean to us, to your children, to your family. But we also know what Melo means to the culture and to the world. Stay connected, stay vigilant, but more importantly, stay mellow.
Stay mellow.
Yes, sir. My brother. Come on up here, champ. Come and get this love, brother.
this is unexpected, but really incredible. I just want to say thank you so much for believing in me in this unbelievable tribute. I'm reminded tonight just how blessed I've been to follow the dream I had as a kid. Like CP said, in the projects at Red Hook, in the hoods of Baltimore, the dream of playing in the NBA. And now, standing here 20 years after, I feel so incredibly honored. The league and our game will always be special to me. The memories I've made, the people that I've met, the lessons I've learned, the brotherhood that we've created, I can go on and on and on. But I couldn't have done it without any of you guys, without my family, without my friends, without you, without my fans. You have stood by me and supported me and inspired me to be the best version of Melo. This journey would not have been possible without you guys. As I move forward into this next phase of my life, we're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm excited to follow my passions and continue in chasing my dreams, and I encourage all of you to do the same. So thank you again, and when in doubt, stay mellow. Peace.
Stay mellow. And that was beautiful. That was beautiful. I'm glad Melo got Carmelo Anthony. That is. And to all y'all young whippersnappers out there that when we saying Melo and y'all going to LaMelo Ball, stop it. We know that's y'all generation. But respectfully, we all know when we saying Melo, it's stay Melo. Melo 7, Carmelo Anthony. Now I'm glad Carmelo Anthony got his flowers and his, Banana Bro brothers, Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron James up there on the stage, and everything that they doing in the community. And obviously, like Dwayne Wade said, it kind of got spearheaded by Carmelo Anthony because that's what he's big in giving back to the community and what can they do for the youth and help inspire the younger generation. Now. Sad that he's NBA career is over with, but just excited to see what he's going to be doing with his other after NBA afterlife with his other business endeavors and giving back to the community and like I said, his other business adventures that he was going to be going on. So salute to Carmelo Anthony. And it definitely was good to see all the fellows up there on the stage again after all these years later when they did that 2016 and they stood on the stage together. Also, the ESPYs, Kansas City was the best team in the 2023 season for beating the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. So that was pretty much all the highlights of the 2023 ESPYs. I also wish that. Like I said, I don't know. I can't see from the crowd, but I wish some more celebrities would have been showing up to not just the ESPYs, more of these award shows. Even if you are not being winning, what's the problem pulling up? You can pull up to some of these award shows. Let's make these award shows more of more of a thing, more of a thing that people pull up to, and we know these are the events, and all the stars and celebrities is fighting again in the building. Let's just say, what I mean, like not literally, but just more metaphorically, because I don't see that many celebrities enthusiastic about all these award shows across the board, whether it's the MTV Awards or BET Awards or Sports Awards or the award shows across the board. I guess for other than the American Music Awards, it ain't that big of a deal. You got the Grammys and for the Oscars and all that stuff, but people if they don't feel like they winning it, people not coming, and it don't need to be like that. That's just how I feel. Make this a thing. Y'all go to other events. For whatever it is. They go to other events and do other things. They can make this a thing to do too. See the time. We get a couple minutes and we get up out of here. Let me talk about this. Devin Haney was arrested in Los Angeles, California, earlier this morning on a felony charge of carrying a concealed weapon in his vehicle. They released him on $35,000 bail. Court scheduled for August 3rd. Now look, they ain't the only boxer that just got. I mean, they ain't the only celebrity. But Deontay Wilder just not too long ago got in the very exact same predicament, the very exact same situation. You could just put Deontay Wilder name on this, but. I mean, I understand protecting yourself and all that stuff, but my whole thing is I'm getting back to I'm not trying to be in nobody's pockets or people got obligations to this, that, and the third. But you got disposable money that you spend on other things. And I don't want to put a name on it. I don't want to put an item on it. You spend money in other ways doing, let's just say, whatever frivolous things that don't really mean nothing at all. You could spend some of that money on those extracurriculars or those extra leisures, activities, and put it in an investment of yourself. Just hire the damn security. Just get the security. That's all. Just get the security. You got it. Don't try to cut the corners. You're investment into yourself. You're a businessman. You're a business unto yourself. When you are, especially when you're an athlete, especially, you got so many hundreds of $millions riding on you, from whatever, sports industry that you're on. So you got a lot to lose. You got a lot riding on you. You got a lot of people that a lot of people that's counting on you, a lot of people that's employed under you, and you can't even be stay on the straight and narrow to get to not be fumbling on bag or mess up the opportunities that you already have going for you. You don't want to mess up future things. So that's just a little nugget. Go ahead, relate to the John Moran situation. Just get the security. Don't make you no less of a man or none in that case. Maybe you had the funds, you got the means, you got the lifestyle, you got everything to need to have the security. It's as simple as that, to me. This situation, I knew a situation like this would come to where we are right now. University of Georgia staffer Victoria Bowles, who survived the fatal car wreck involving, I guess he's technically still on the team because he didn't make the announcement to go into the draft. So at the time, still, Georgia football player Jalen Carter, newly drafted Eagles Jalen Carter now. Victoria is suing the school, and she's not playing that. She's not, the negligence and all that stuff. Yeah, she's suing. So that's what's going on, and wait and stay tuned to see how all that turns out because she knows this young man is definitely about to go get some money in the NFL. And the sad thing about it, them two could have been genuinely friends, but I don't know what her injuries is all in, but her livelihood is in jeopardy. So the little not even settlement money, but whatever little severance or whatever little money that the company of her employer, the University of Georgia, whatever they giving her to hold her over, she like this ain't gonna cut it. She gonna need something a little more heavier than that. So, sad that it comes down to this, but glad that she survived. And at the end of the day, she knows, obviously her life is, probably changed and dramatically. And whatever the school, was doing, obviously she feels like she needs more than that. Now this is my time is up. Gotta get on out of here. Please make sure if y'all haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel, to the Instagram page, to the Facebook page, to the to the Apple Podcast, on Spotify Podcast. Please tap in with the Fresh Sports Show. Appreciate everybody supporting by any ways. Continue to tell somebody about the show. Stay tuned for more special guests got lined up. Hey, we're gonna let this cook, let it marinate, let it bubble up. Also, we're gonna be doing a special guest appearance on somebody else's show coming up. Actually, later tonight, matter of fact, on the West Coast. So on West Coast time later tonight. But hey, I'm working on some things. Got other guests lined up. So hey, we just continue doing what we're doing. Stay consistent and persistent over here. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Till the next time, we're gonna get up out of here, and it's a wrap.